audibles. And it's such a huge part of this offense.
They announced 85, Brewer 55, the left guard moved. There's a little bit of what Chris is talking about with Willis in the noise. Derrick Henry, physical hit on Henry, just a yard.
The other guy is Nick Bolton. You're talking about somebody excited to play in a football game. Watch him come downhill. This is who he wants to play. He wants to see Derrick Henry over there. It's just man on man. They're going to try and protect Nick Bolton all night so he can man up against big Derrick Henry. Intimidate him with any sort of defense or pressure at all.
From the 42, first give to Henry off the sensational game last week. He gains 3. From the 37-yard line, here is Henry to the left, and there he goes. King Henry on the run. Derrick Henry to the 11-yard line. Started to say he had a massive game against Houston last week. 32 carries, 219 yards, and this is as good as it gets at this position over the last 15 years.
Yeah, and you want to know what it feels like on the defensive side? Watch this one, because now they've got the big guys in. Kevin Rader, the tight end, in at fullback. But that is how it starts, and I think the run by Malik Willis really opened things up. Now you've got to play that edge. You've got to count.
In the red zone, second only to Kansas City. From the 13, Henry bounced into the outside. What an open field tackle.
It really was Nick Bolton who got through the line of scrimmage and forced that play to the outside. And right now, the Kansas City Chiefs are being about as aggressive with the way that they're shooting these gaps as I've seen them all season long. Obviously, Derrick Henry, but that change of direction is what set.
And he will take the direct snap. And Henry will run it inside the 5 into the end zone for a touchdown. But there is a flag down. Willis went out. Did he get to the right spot when the quarterback left?
There is no foul in the play. Ruling in the field is a touchdown.
And Derrick Henry and the Titans move it down the field effectively to get on the board.
Just a direct snap, but now because somebody has to leave that edge, now you've got a problem with this big guy coming right at you. And this game now is taking a little turn because this is what the Tennessee Titans can do to teams.
Underneath, that made it illegal for him to get out there, clear the path for King Henry. Takes it to the house, tightens this up to a 2-point game.
You got me on a mission.
Bring on your wrecking ball, Derrick Henry. What damage he has done in his brilliant 7-year career out of Alabama. Tied for the most 200-plus rushing yard games in NFL history, his 6th last week. Leads the league in yards per game, just under 108 so far this year. And 45% of the total Tennessee offense. It will be the highest we've seen in the league in over a decade.
He can also posterize you in a hurry with that stiff arm.
Yes, he can. And he tied the great Earl Campbell, the record for the franchise, 73 rushing touchdowns at the end of the last drive. And here he goes again. Derrick Henry on the run. He got stopped for a moment, but he keeps going. Henry inside the 30, all the way to the 23-yard line. As good as it gets, Derrick Henry. A couple of great runs in his first half. That one for 56.
So big to get Nate Davis back. Settle here. End up on the linebacker to create that hole. And watch Willis stretch to get the ball out there to him to give him a lot of space to be able to look at it. And you forget that Derrick Henry is this fast, as big as he is at 250 pounds.
Here's Melissa.
Mike, I talked to former Titans running back Eddie George, who FaceTimed Derrick Henry after the game last week to congratulate him on breaking his franchise record for touchdowns. George said Henry's like a little brother, and he loves watching him run. He said, it makes me want to get back out there when it's time to close out the game in the 4th quarter. That's where I see myself in him. And Henry told us he looked up to George as a kid. It was.
And it is Henry. Slams it inside. Powering towards the goal line. He is close. They're going to mark him just short
Derrick Henry
of breaking the plane. Saw Chris Jones crash down in there. The left side. Second and goal, and it's Henry walking into the end zone and giving the Titans the lead, but there is a flag down on the opposite side of the field.
Offside. Defense. Left end. Lined up in the neutral zone. Penalties declined. With all the plays, a touchdown.
Derrick Henry's got 2, and this team is made in the mold of their coach and their running back.
I want you to imagine your number 22, Juan Thornhill here, and there comes Derrick Henry. I mean, it wears you down.
We talked to Derrick during the week, and I said, how's the best running back on the planet? And he said, no, that's Nick Chubb. I beg to differ. This guy has been the guy for some time. You saw it on that drive. Derrick Henry's second touchdown of the game puts Tennessee on top in Kansas City. Tech, 1 Ole Miss. So you didn't see him on the biggest college football stages, but everybody talked about his ability, and we're seeing a little bit of that tonight. Speaking of ability, it's Henry with a run.
Willis was 123. His dad said, are you going to prove him wrong? And I guess he has.
The 34 struggled with a clean catch there, and Henry will continue to push the pile for 4, or maybe 5 yards. He closes in a point lead.
Yeah, that's one of the things, those shotgun snaps. It almost looked like Willis was trying to pull that thing out, and Derrick Henry was having none of it.
But the snap from Malik Willis, the quarterback from the 37, gives Henry left, and Henry goes.
Holding. Offense, number 55. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
That's the left guard.
Oh, and Chris Jones right there. So trying to reach out, grab a little jersey. That time.
This drive starts at the 10. And Henry to the right for a couple. Carlos Dunlap in there.
Yeah, trying to get some big bodies in there. Colin Saunders, Derek Noddy, some of those guys that can just beef up, especially on first down.
The gunner at the top went out of bounds on his own. So it's a penalty on the Chiefs for 5. That gives Henry from midfield an opportunity to run, and Derrick will gain 4. Carry 14 of the night for Henry. The 39-yard line. When we talked to him this week, I asked him about the backs when they get to carries 15 through 20 and 20 through 25. That's when you wear down a team and they start turning down tackles. Backs don't do that all that often anymore. This guy still does.
Let me just show you something not everybody's going to realize. Malik Willis, look how far he gets on that outside zone. So when that back can get the ball that wide, it gives him so much more vision to the line of scrimmage, and that speed from under center is really helping the Titans running game.
The 39, straight handoff, Henry inside, only 1 yard there. And Gay says enough is enough.
No doubt about it, this team runs through Derrick Henry, and it has once again here tonight. There's a little posterizing right there going on, but it was a big play early, and it's just the pure, not intimidation. These guys aren't afraid of him, but you know coming into a football game that you're going to have to handle that 250-pound man.
17 with Derrick Henry on the run. Stumbled. 25. They give it to him. And Henry's not getting through the line. Only a gain of a yard. 4th and 26. Willis puts it up.